Hello, hello, all. So I wanted to come to you today and talk a little bit about, companies and organizations as they have employees that are now in this hybrid model or as they are starting to bring them back into the offices, right? So you really want to make sure that you have all of your safety protocol, your policies and procedures in place. Make sure that you are letting people know what their COVID policies are. And if you do not have an established COVID policy, you should have one in place because technically COVID is just here, right? So literally, popped into my head because my brother is now ill and he will be out of work for a few days. However, this is happening to many employees. So it's something that, technically like the flu, right? So if it's going to be passed around, you want to be safe. You want to make sure that you are not only having your COVID policies in place, but from a strategic standpoint, you want to make sure that your backup kind of, succession planning, temporary succession planning is in place, right? So that you have these emergency procedures in place so that you're not short staffed and that you're still meeting the needs and obligations, not only of the business, but you're meeting the needs and obligations also, kind of for your customers or, whatever your end user base is. You want to make sure that that's covered because as people start to get affected, they start to get ill, they start to get sick, they will be out, right? So what you want to do is make sure that not only are you, making sure that people know what to do when they get sick, right? So technically, if they're getting ill, if they're not feeling well, they should know what the proper procedure is to call into work, right? Then they should know what their options are. So whatever your benefit plan offers, right? Maybe that's a few days off, that you're covering pay or whatever it may be. But you want to make sure that you have those things just fully visible to the employees so they know what to do. And then you want to make sure that you have like your call tree in place or, kind of whatever your backup plan is to make sure you're filling the roles of these employees. Now, you could do that a couple of ways. You could, kind of fall back on temporary staff, or you could have a group of kind of floaters within your business, right? To where you can reach out and call these floaters. And that would be kind of a really decent option for people who are experiencing things that have a larger population of work, because then the floaters can immediately fill in. You call them in and then you tell them, where they'd be stationed. And you could use this as kind of a regular employee, but it's just that they wouldn't have a permanent base. They would be able to fill in for employees that were out. So that's something that you could also do to kind of, combat your short staff when people are out ill. Anyway, wanted to jump on, just make sure that people are planning because it is the fall, right? So you anticipate people being out with the flu, with COVID, and things like that. You just want to make sure that people know what the protocol is and that they know exactly what to do in the times that they're sick and they're not feeling well. Hopefully this is helpful to some, and I will be back soon with, another kind of tip or so. Anyway, have a great rest of your week. Thanks. Happy hump day. Bye.
Life is calling.